Hey guys, this is Primeval. As promised, this is my first game with Brave New World, multiplayer game that is. Here we're playing a game with no quitters. Joris is hosting. For those of you who don't know, he also does Let's Plays for Civ 5, mostly multiplayer, and he's very good. So if you're looking for more multiplayer Let's Play videos, definitely go and check him out. So he's hosting the game here. Right now our settings are Pangaea small, quick, medium sea level, strategic resource balance, and everything else is enabled and standard. Anyways, thanks for all of you who replied to my call for suggestions. I definitely appreciate all the suggestions, though obviously I'm not going to be following all of them. Regardless, I appreciate the support. So, I think I'm actually going to wait to play a single-player game until the new patch comes out. So there is a fall patch coming, and there are going to be a number of changes there, including gameplay changes to the unique abilities and units for Germany and Japan. There's also going to be some changes to the ideology system and the Pledge to Protect / consulates business. So, I think I'm going to wait to start a new LP until the fall patch drops. Anyways, good luck to everyone. I'm a little out of practice as far as multiplayer goes. So I was saying I'm a little out of practice as far as multiplayer goes. I think the recording software hung there for a few seconds, so if I repeated myself, sorry. Anyways, we've got Korea. +2 science from all specialists and all great tile improvements. That's cool. Science is, of course, king in multiplayer. And we receive a tech boost whenever we complete a science-related building. So, that's awesome. We also have the Huacha, which does more damage, but doesn't have the bonus versus cities, and the turtle ship, which is also fairly strong. So, Euros got the Shoshone. I've had a lot of experience with them in my single-player playthrough. Ooh, Babylon's in the game too. They're a strong science civ. Russia is nice for the double resources. So, let's see what's going on here. I do want to decide where to drop my capital, so I'm moving over this way to see what sort of tiles I have. If I settle here, then I'll have 2 granary resources in my 6. If I move over 1, I give up the source of fresh water, but I do get a hill. Fine, I'll settle in place. We've got 3 granary resources. I do prefer the hill, but I think I do want to get rolling right away, so we'll go scout first. Pottery, and that'll probably be fine. Now, I might really regret having a coastal capital. At least there's only one tile from which boats can actually get at the capital, so it might be a little easier to defend there. We also have the hill, which blocks line of sight from this tile, so there's only 3 tiles where ships can shoot at my city, at least frigates. So that won't be bad, but we'll have to keep in mind that we can't ignore our navy. So I've definitely had some troubles with that in the past. So if we see other people with coastal capitals, we'll definitely pump out a strong navy of our own. And even if we don't see coastal capitals, if we're a target, we have to be aware that people might try to sneak attack our capital through the water. Okay, so I picked the wrong direction to scout with my warrior. There's all these forests with rough terrain, so I'll only be able to move 1 hex at a time. I'll start sending him over towards the less forested area, and then I'll send the scout to the south. Alright, so onto the hill, we'll get some more vision. There's another wheat here. It's not within range of our city. And I think I'll go double scout here. And then Goddess of Festivals would be a decent religion to start, or pantheon to grab, so I might switch over. No, so I'm still thinking of single player. I haven't played multiplayer in a while. I don't need to rush to grab that shrine. I'll build the 2 scouts and then I'll build the shrine. And an ancient rune. Alright, so let's go grab that. 60 gold, not bad. And it also looks like we might be in a corner, which is definitely good for a free-for-all, for obvious reasons. You know, you're not sandwiched in between 2 people. You can have one border to concentrate on. A mountain, that would be nice. Get another coastal city going. Mountain, hill, river. Definitely a welcome tile. And add to queue. Oh, excellent. So we'll actually finish the scout at the same time as we grab pottery. So we'll go, wait. Sorry. It's the shrine that I wanted. And perhaps we will check out the northern tip to see if we actually are in a corner here. We got archery, another welcome bonus from a rune, and let's go animal husbandry here, since we could easily have horses on any of these tiles. Okay, so I need to be quicker on grabbing these things as well, since there could easily be other civs around, other players who could beat me to it. I'm still in the lazy single player mentality. Here we gotta be on our toes. And Euros is to the north, so we're not actually in the corner. And he did manage to meet that city-state first. We'll have to make sure we pick up all the ancient runes down here, so that he doesn't get any. So since he's already met Ragusa, I think I'd rather scout this way to try to deprive Euros of any ancient rune opportunities. Okay, Sedone. We'll go and grab a tribute from them off of our upgrade and double scout opening. We are number 2 on military might. And so, in the past I've always said that there's no drawback to pledging to protect. That's not exactly true. If you have a city-state that you know no one else is going to be meeting, and you're planning to pump out relatively strong military, then pledging to protect will actually slow your ability to demand tribute. So, if you're planning to demand tribute, then don't rush to pledge to protect. Let's have a look at the demographic screen. For whatever reason, we're actually number 1 on manufactured goods, despite not settling on a hill. That's mostly due to all these plains tiles, which give 1 food and 1 hammer, which normally isn't good for growth, but I do have the wheat and the deer tiles to balance that out. So I'm fairly happy with the start. Of course, it's no mountain, river, coast start with salt or a natural wonder, but 3 granary resources is always welcome, especially if some of them are on plains tiles. Yeah, so the new patch is going to be adding a bunch of new pantheons as well, which will be nice. I think one of them actually gives a buff to salt, which did not need a buff. But there are other pantheons that are very welcome and will be very suitable in other situations where your start might normally be weaker. So we're really close to Eurus here. Wonder if we're going to go for an early war. So up next, I could go for a worker, and I probably should. We're not going to be able to steal. Sedone probably won't have a worker for another 7 turns or so, and then he'd have to go and walk back. So let's get to work on that worker. And after that, we might go for a granary. In the meantime, we'll go grab mining, so we can chop these plains forests on rivers. All the river tiles, I'm definitely going to put farms on, so even if it wasn't a plains, I'd chop them regardless. So about plains and forest tiles, forests will add or have a base of one hammer. So if they're on a grassland, they'll add a hammer there. But if they're on a plains, the plains already gives the one hammer, so chopping down a forest on a plains doesn't actually have any sort of negative effect on production. It only means that you won't later on be able to build the lumber mill. And of course, chopping forests is a tremendous early boost to your initial work projects. So you can get your settler out faster, get your granary online faster, and it generally is very much worth it to be chopping down forests. Of course, the Shoshone have a massive culture border, so we probably won't actually be able to see where the city tile itself is. I would like to keep growing here, so I'll work the unimproved wine tile. And we'll go and grab these runes, even if that... Oh, come on. Alright. So, I issued that order before the barbarians actually moved. And so, my unfortunate scout archer is actually in danger of being killed by those barbarian brutes. And that rune is also in danger of being stolen. Okay, it's definitely going to be stolen by Russia, unless the barbarian decides to stand on the rune, in which case none of us can grab it right away. So we only managed to get 2 runes. One of them was attack, and one of them was money. Not bad as far as things go. Oh, so didn't get the rune, and I lost my archer. That's a shame. Anyways, not the best game for finding runes. But hopefully the Shoshone, Yorus, is also having bad luck with that. Most likely he's in a corner and I'm in his way. But we'll go grab calendar for the wineries. Oh, I can't believe I lost that archer. That really sucks. Anyways, once we hit 4 pop, we'll start pumping out some settlers. Let's go found a pantheon here. No desert folklore, but we can grab the goddess of festivals. Get a little more culture rolling in. And there's cotton up here, so we could move to the north to settle a city somewhere over here. Let's go ask Euros if he's in a corner. So we're at the bottom of the map, so Lucky Euros got the corner, and we're in his way. Let's go grab the granary until we hit 4 pop, and we'll go chop that down to speed the granary up. We definitely have mining. Continue exploring in this direction. We should probably head back now and to guard the worker. What's with the late barbarian moves? In my rush to be the first to issue an order, I seem to be going before the barbarian moves actually register. Anyways, let's go chop that down. 13 production, that'll speed our granary up quite a bit. Alright, so given that Euros will eventually be attacking us, I guess you could go by sea. We will want to settle a city somewhere here to defend our capital. This hill, it's got the cotton, it's got cattle, bananas. It's not a bad spot either. Should I go scout more of Euros' land? Yeah, probably. Let's go take a look at the demographics. Ooh, Russia's shot up there. Probably from the extra hammers off of working their strategic resources, namely horses. And everywhere else, we're not doing great, but I'm not displeased with our start. It is a nice start. Adopt a policy, and let's go grab the free monuments, and we'll go chop these forests. Euros has declared war on Melbourne for a free worker. If Ragusa has a worker out, I'll happily steal that. Looks like Shumi got a weapon upgrade off of the rune that we were hoping to get. So I think after this granary, I'll go and work on another scout. Yeah, let's go add to queue. We'll go for a scout. We'll check out this fog area, and then we'll head over to see what Russia's up to. Okay, can I trust Russia not to steal this worker? I hope so. Should I chop the forest? It would speed the scout. The scout doesn't really need speeding. I'll do it anyways. Okay, choose research. I should probably save that chop for a settler. But in the meantime, let's go and grab trapping. We can go get a circus rolling off the horses. Alright, let's just go keep an eye on Ragusa for whenever its worker pops out, and we'll worry about scouting Euros later. Maybe I do want to save that chop for the settler. So I'm not sure how close Russia is. His warrior did make it there around the same time ours did, so his capital is probably just somewhere over here, which means I might need to go and rush. Well, it's all rough terrain here, so getting a settler up here will take a while. It's probably better if I start claiming the land by Euros. It might mean early war, but if we survive against others, we'll have to go to war with Euros eventually, so there's no reason to put that off forever. We'll finish the farm first, that's fine. And yeah, I'm happy getting the extra faith, culture, and gold versus the one extra production if I was working the horses. As for this scout, no workers from Ragusa yet. Okay, there's that barbarian brute. Let's just bust this last bit of fog in case the land stretches out over here. It doesn't look like it does, but it's possible. Soul has grown. Yeah, we'll go for the extra faith and culture. And then once we're working on a settler, we'll pump things out a little more. We can also go and pledge to protect. Well, let's see. Ask for tribute. They gave tribute recently. Let's just go and pledge to protect them, and then they might give us a quest that we can fulfill. Okay, so first of all, we have base 4 food. If we're going to be working on the settler soon, let's go grab monarchy. And we'll just go fortify here for now. And over to the wheat tile. Double horses is definitely nice. Okay, so we've got this archer. I suppose we could go to 5 before we start working on that settler. Yeah, Euros will be free to tech up, build a navy, come and kill me. I'm not liking that. I suppose we'll have to build a navy first. I wonder if he's got a coastal capital. Something to check out. Okay, the forest is done. I suppose we could go and work on this wine. Since there are all these barbarians around, we'll need the protection of our warrior. And while we're waiting, and let's put a few turns into a worker, grow to 5, and then work on the settler. And before I forget, I will go and queue all of that up. I'll grab the open train and fortify. Choose research. What do we need here? I guess we can go grab writing. Add to queue, settler. Once we hit 5 pop, I'll switch that over to the settler. Okay, so these guys... Ooh, I hope they attack Sedona and not my scout. Ah, okay, so Germany's to the north, so it's a circle. So maybe I don't have to worry about boxing Euros in after all. Ooh, we'll have to take the instant heal. Well, it's bad news for our scout. Let's just hide back here. Yeah, Russia must have... well, the Shoshone have even better production. Okay, there is a worker from Melbourne, which I could steal if I wanted to. Euros is not in... I guess this loops around. So in a way, we are in a corner. Do I want to go and land grab over here? Yes, yes I do. First, let's see what's up here. Oh, we lost the scout. There's most uncanny. It doesn't appear to be coastal. Russia, faith from gold and silver. They must have some nice gold and silver tiles. Go heal up. And guess that's fine. Lost 2 scouts to barbarians. Definitely not an ideal situation. Oh yes, and I did say I wanted to flip that over to the settler, so let's go do that. We are base 6 food. If we reset tiles, base 4 food, let's lock down. Oh, the horses aren't even in range. Okay, that's the most hammers we can get. Doesn't speed things up much either. Over this way we'll go and work those horses. And we'll stay fortified here. I'm gonna hope this barbarian archer goes and kills that pathfinder. On the one hand, I don't need to go to war. We want to try to work with Eurus, let him target, you know, say Russia, who apparently has nice lands. Meanwhile, the Shoshone have huge production. Yeah, so since the Shoshone have so much production, I'm sure they have really good tiles. Anyways, let's just kill this thing. It's busy stepping on our tiles. Trade opportunities and porcelain. Could steal that worker. What sort of luxury resources does Eurus have? Cotton, so he won't be in a rush to come down here. If I drop here, the spices will be in range. There won't be anyone in range to work those horses, unfortunately. If I drop over here, I'll have the fish and the wine to work. Choose production. I suppose we could go up towards philosophy. Let's go grab the wheel. There goes the great library. Let's go fortify here. And alright, so a survey. Glad it didn't interrupt anything too important. Well, let's go hunting for a barb camp, I guess. Let's go take a look at what Sidon's up to. And 3 turns until our settler is complete. We're going to drop one city here, maybe a city here, maybe on the other side with the deer. All of these granary resources. Lots of good options. We'll see what's left once we actually have settlers ready for that. And Sidon has a nice worker ready for us. Okay. This warrior just start heading towards this hill, preemptively checking out the path that our settler will take. I think we will go double settler here. Although maybe finishing that worker would be a good idea. No, we'll get another worker off of Ragusa. So that'll be fine. Tech-wise, someone's got 14. 4% above us. Must have been Babylon, since we haven't met them yet, and they are the next highest on score after the 2 people who we have met, but know that they have not actually built the Great Library. Let's go grab Landed Elite. It will help a little in settler construction. Brings us up to base 4 food, which gets converted to an extra free hammer during settler production. I have a video that shows what's going on with the extra food being converted to hammers. If you haven't seen that yet, just look for a video called How Food Contributes to Settler Production. Anyways, on that note, I think we'll end part 1 here. See you in part 2.